We're back at Liberty. The second half kickoff coming up. First time we've had a kickoff from the Patriots, who were shut out in the first half. Kicking off left to right on your radio dial here on Bakersfield.com and ESPN Bakersfield 12:30. It's taken by Shrub at the 10. He crosses the field all the way to the far side and turns the corner before he's hit at about the 30-yard line on the far sideline. So a nice return of 20 yards by Kevion, Shrub. And that's where Central will begin the second half. Liberty, a long road back, Todd Camps. They're down 24-0. It's going to have to start with a defensive stop here on the first series.
And we'll see whatever they talked about at halftime comes to fruition. They've got to set the tone right now, get the ball back, and see if their offense can get something started.
We will have a couple more giveaways in the second half. Eurykio's second $25 gift certificate coming your way after the first touchdown. We have a flag on the first snap of the second half.
Liberty was trying to execute a late substitution. We'll see if that's what it winds up being.
And then the other giveaway, the Muscle Grub giveaway, we were not able to make at halftime. Nobody got both keywords. So I give you one at halftime if you ask. If you wait in the fourth quarter, I will give the other one. You need both keywords. And that $100 gift certificate to Muscle Grub is yours. That was indeed an illegal substitution penalty against Liberty, a 5-yarder. Doesn't help anything for the Patriots. It's now 1st and 5. And here is Jalen Johnson taking the swing pass. And he loses yards. A nice job by the Liberty defense there. Luke Fringer was there, as well as number 4, Sean Pasco.
Did a nice job that time blowing up a bubble screen.
Jalen Johnson, not an easy guy to bring down. They did give him a gain back to the line of scrimmage. Actually, it's a loss of a yard, we'll say. So 2nd and 6, back at the 34. Tompkins back to pass. He's hit as he throws, and that ball went straight down, and it does safely hit the turf.
Wow, that looked like one of those tuck rule type of throws there. Might have been batted down as his arm was coming down.
And Tompkins gets up kind of holding his left arm.
Providing the coverage, number 54.
He looks like he's okay right now. But he's lucky that ball didn't come out sooner than that. Curtis Brown was right there. And there's a guy whose name we haven't called enough if you're a Liberty fan. So it's 3rd and 6. Liberty trying to get a 3-and-out on the first drive of the second half. And under pressure is Tompkins, and he tries to throw it away. And Jalen Johnson nearly made a leaping one-handed grab at the sideline. It does float incomplete. That was Sam Stewart, who was in the backfield, one-on-one with Tompkins, and nearly took him down. So that's the Liberty defense we're accustomed to see.
Stewart came unblocked off the edge. He didn't fall for any of the juking attempts this time and forced an ill-advised throw. Fortunately, it went incomplete for the Grizzlies.
So Johnny Balderas, hoping to spark Liberty somehow, some way. He's another guy whose name we haven't called very much. Left-footed kick from Pime, and Balderas will have to get away from it. Takes a short central bounce and is downed at the 32. That's where Liberty will begin. But mission accomplished number 1 for Liberty. Again, a long road back when you're trailing 24-0, but they do get a 3-and-out. And with 10:52 to go in the third, Liberty has the ball for the first time in the second half.
You know, we talked so much at the start of the game about what kind of impact it would be to have Curtis Brown playing center after, basically a short introductory week. Really hasn't been much of a factor from what we can see. That's the other elements of the Liberty offense that really need to get going.
Foothill has just scored on Shafter. Foothill leading Shafter 21-16. Hugo Santana touchdown pass. Here's Liberty on first down. Inside handoff to Grant Bice, picking his way through. A nice push from the offensive line. And already, I think you can tell a difference on both sides of the ball from Liberty in the second half. A gain of about 8 there on first down. And I mentioned it earlier, they had only 1 gain of that long in the entire first half, and it was the very last play of the first half when Central was sort of in a prevent mode.
I think that's a play that's going to be there, barring Central brings extra defenders.
So here is 2nd down and 2, and Bryce is popped in the backfield. He lost the ball, and Central has it. What a hit. Number 8 got it back for Central. That's Jake Rohrman, the safety. I'm not sure who it was.
Hard hit by number 65, Samuel Satele.
They're saying Samuel Satele just absolutely lit Bice up, and the ball popped out, and Rohrman jumps on it, and there disaster for Liberty.
And we were just saying, Liberty's looking good running the ball up the gut, but Central brought defenders, they brought their backers on an A-gap blitz between the guard and the center, blew up that play before it had any chance to materialize. And it'll be a 1st and 10 here for the Grizzlies.
And that really just disastrous for Liberty to give that turnover away. 24-0. Tompkins trying to make it hurt. He's going deep. He's got a man in the end zone. It's incomplete. He was looking for Javon Bigelow, and quite frankly, the defender there, Sean Pasco, never turned his head, but no flag either. A lot of times when you don't see a defender turn his head, that's what you get. Let's pause real quick, 10 seconds for station ID here on Bakersfield.com and ESPN Bakersfield 1230. Second down snap, running all over the field is Trent Tompkins, and he's going to wind up with a 1st down. He took that snap, he was under pressure, rolled to his left almost over to the numbers, and then crossed the field all the way back over to the far side and gets out of bounds with the 1st down.
He just barely was able to escape the grasp of Lorenzo Hidalgo that time, defensive lineman for Liberty. But it was a nice move.
The player for Central is number 79. Kirby Pine.
We have an injured lineman for Central. It's Kirby Pine, big number 79. That was a 12-yard gain there on the scramble by Tompkins.
Well, in addition to showing off a pretty effective arm, we've seen his ability to extend plays with his legs. Another prime example right there.
This kid is a player, no doubt about that. And Liberty now in real trouble. It's back against the wall again, Central at the 25. And the Grizzlies already leading it 24-0. Jamar Moya, another touchdown run for Ridgeview. It's 20-6. Ridgeview over Frontier at halftime. Cal League update, Bakersfield 3, San Jose 1. They are through 5 innings at Sam Lynn Ballpark in the Cal League playoffs. And now Central, after that injury, 79, Pine got off on his own power. 1st down. Tompkins, a little sidearm heave into the end zone, and it's too far for Torres, his intended target. I think even if Torres had caught that ball, he would have been out of bounds. That was not one of Tompkins' more accurate throws tonight. It'll be 2nd down.
A different look that time by Liberty's defensive front. They just rushed 3, going more to a 3-4 look, getting an extra defender out in space, see if maybe they can get more guys covered that way.
Tompkins with 184 yards through the air, and now he's looking for more and jumping the route, and then it's caught and out of bounds inside the 5. The Liberty defender jumped that route and tipped the ball, and then Jalen Johnson tipped it back to himself, and he kind of ran into the end zone. He had already stepped out apparently, but it's a 1st down at the 4-yard line.
What an unlucky play for Liberty right there.
I couldn't see who the defender was, but he had his designs on a pick 6 going 95 yards the other way. Instead, he tries to take that risk, and it ends up bouncing into Johnson's hands. And now a running play, 1st and goal from the 4. Tompkins kept, and he gets down to about the 1. So 2nd down and goal from the 1.
Still can't believe that previous play.
It was unbelievable. I mean, it was tipped twice, kind of an immaculate reception type thing. And here's Tompkins. He will waltz into the end zone on 2nd down. And referees haven't signaled touchdown yet.
Not sure if a timeout was possibly taken.
There was a flag, a false start, so that 2nd down play didn't count. So it's still 2nd and goal. But at this point, almost any points for Central puts Liberty in a bad spot.
That'll move the ball back to the
penalty,
6-yard line.
at least delaying that, moving the ball back to the 6.
Still 2nd down and goal to go.
It has not been a good night for Liberty, and right now they don't have luck on their side either after that Jalen Johnson reception. What a crazy play that was to set up goal to go for Central. 9:05 to play 3rd quarter, 24-0 Central over Liberty, and the Grizzlies have 2nd and goal at the 6. They go 5 wide receivers here, and Tompkins hit as he's throwing, and this one is picked off. It's picked off, and tiptoeing on the sideline and stepping out going the other way is the defender, Tompkins was hit by number 42, Josh Robertson. And then was that 24, 20, Emmanuel Cardenas made the pick, and he would have gone 98 yards the other way had he been able to stay in bounds. He stepped out at the 11. He was trying to keep his balance and lost it.
And a very ill-advised throw that time by Tompkins. You can see the sophomore maybe showing up on that play. He was under pressure. They had points, a field goal attempt at the very least in their back pocket. On the flip side, big momentum, possible momentum change here for Liberty. See if they can take advantage.
Yeah, I mean, Central thought it was 30-0 one play before that, but the play was waved off because of the false start. And then Tompkins hit as he was throwing by Robertson. He was really throwing as he was going down, and the ball was picked off by Cardenas. Cardenas, again, probably takes that thing back all the way. There was nobody over there for Central, except that he couldn't keep his balance. Liberty is going to call timeout here. And we're going to take a quick 30-second break here during this timeout. It's Central 24, Liberty nothing here on the BVarsity Game of the Week. Back at Liberty, the Patriots have the ball back. They're at their own 11, trailing Central 24-0 here with 8:57 to go in the third quarter. Falconer is the quarterback. He will throw off his back foot, and it is complete. A flag is down in the secondary.
Falconer's pass is complete to
Pass was caught by number 8, Isaiah Hill.
Correction, number 9, Rhett.
I'm sorry, that was Rhett Garrett, number 9, who caught that ball. And it's a gain of 19 pending the penalty. It's a defensive holding call against Central. It's declined. And by far, by more than double, the longest play of the night for Liberty, 19 yards.
Nice connection that time. As you said, he did throw it off his back foot, but he showed enough arm strength and control to put it where it had to be. And Garrett, good concentration to bring in that play. See if they can build off of that, Zach. Get something going here.
There's no doubt Liberty's got a little more pep in its step in the second half. The problem is they haven't dented that 24-0 lead yet. 8:40 to go third quarter. Snap was a little bit low. Sammy Stewart is going to be bowled over in the backfield. A big loss.
By number 88, Brandon Ballard.
And that was, I think, a secondary guy, Brandon Ballard, who came in on a run blitz and knocked him down there.
Yeah,
kind of a slow developing play.
Once again, they just blew up the mesh, unable to decide whether to keep or give. Decision was made for him because Central defenders were so quickly around the football.
It has been a struggle for Liberty to throw or pass, to throw or run tonight. North still leading Wasco 17-7, 5:20 to play third quarter there. 8 minutes and counting in the third quarter here, 24-0 Central. Hand off to Sammy Stewart on another little draw play. He gets maybe 3 yards up to the 28 after losing 5 on first down. It'll be 3rd and 12.
Third down.
Yeah, it's going to set up another 3rd and long here, Zach. They're going to need another type of connection like they had a moment ago. See if they can find Garrett. You got to wonder if they can target Balderas. He's been quiet so far offensively, but he's a guy that can make the play.
We talked about in the pregame, the guy who is going to be trying to take Balderas out of this game would be Jalen Johnson, but frankly, Jalen Johnson has stayed on the same side of the field most snaps, and Central has allowed Liberty to line Balderas up elsewhere, and it really hasn't made a difference. Low snap again. Falconer will throw over the middle. It's caught, and right at the sticks. It should be a first down. That's Jacob Russell. That was a nice connection. Hit Russell right in stride and allows him to... No, I'm sorry. That's incomplete. I'm sorry about that.
It looked like as he hit the ground, the ball popped loose. One of those you've got to control the ball all the way through the reception.
He did have it momentarily, which is what confused me, but that's costly, of course. On 3rd and 12, you think you have a connection, and instead the pass falls incomplete. So once again, Michael Wagner back to punt for Liberty. Here comes the left-footed kick. It's a spiral. It will hit at the 43 and take a big Liberty bounce.
Looked like it hit the leg.
Yeah, I'm not so sure it didn't hit a Liberty player.
That ball's going to be brought back out, probably up near the 40-yard line.
Boy, and that cost Liberty about 20 yards. Of course, maybe by hitting him, it went farther than it would have. But the punt was touched at the 40, so it ends up being a pretty short kick in the end. And Central will have good field position at its own 40, leading 24-0.
I know it was a short drive, But I thought Faulkner looked a lot better throwing the ball. He looked more confident standing in there, made a couple nice throws.
I totally agree with you. I think he looked like a different quarterback. Liberty is obviously going to need that. I don't know if there's enough time left anyway. Central, and of course you got to keep Central off the board. A flag down here as Brewer fighting for yards. He spins back towards the middle. You see a flag on a play like that in an area like that, it's almost always holding.
Possibly could be a hold on a wideout. They tried to run the ball wide and cut back.
Brewer lost a couple yards on the play, and it's a block in the back, in fact, against Central. Referee's mic stopped working right in the middle of that. So it's a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul, so they will accept the penalty. It'll stay first down, but it'll be all the way back at the 27, first and 23.
Penalty like that backs you up is an opportunity Liberty must take advantage of.
7-yard line.
They've got to go a longer distance now. They nearly got Brown to jump off sides just now, but he got back across.
Central getting a new play from the sideline, a pistol formation here for Tompkins. He is going to hand it off to Brewer. Brewer explodes through the middle and gets all that lost penalty yardage back to the 40. So right at the original line of scrimmage, it'll be second down.
Back to the original
and Brewer is hurt.
Stop made by number 20.
Brewer is down, and one of the Central linemen immediately calling for attention. So hopefully this isn't serious, but Diatri Brewer is down after that 13-yard gain.
He fell pretty hard at the end of that play. Looks like he may have been undercut by a tackler and dropped pretty quickly.
That was his first official carry of the second half, by the way. The other one was wiped out by a penalty. Diatri Brewer has looked pretty good in this game. 70 yards on the ground. He is still lying face down right at the 40-yard line. So a little bit of a scary situation here. Score update for you. Garces leading Tehachapi 42-7. So the Rams continue to look really good. Here's a score for you from a statewide and national perspective. National number 3, according to Max Prep, St. John Bosco leads national number 1, Bishop Gorman of Las Vegas at the half. The score 20-14. So the California team leading the Las Vegas team there by 6 at the half, and Bishop Gorman number 1 in the nation, according to Max Preps. Brewer's still down, and the way that the lineman motioned over immediately to the sideline that Brewer needed help, you just wonder, did he hit his head wrong? Did he lose consciousness? Something that was very obviously wrong from the beginning caused that lineman to call over to the sideline immediately.
Very possible. He could have just had the wind knocked out of him. Looks like he's sitting up now.
Okay, that is good. He is sitting up. Another score update. Monte Robinson, a 32-yard touchdown run for Centennial. The Golden Hawks now lead Golden Valley 28-10 in the third quarter. It's Clovis 21, Bullard 7. So the Cougars looking very good to move to number 1 in the section, assuming Liberty can't complete what, frankly, at this point would be a stunning comeback. They've got 6:21 to go here in the third quarter, so about 18 minutes to make up 24 points if they're going to do it. Diatri Brewer is to his feet. His helmet is off. And some applause from the crowd. He's walking under his own power. He does look maybe a little woozy, Todd, if I can speculate.
Yeah, just got shaken up on the play. A little bit scary when that happens, when there's a collision, hit the ground hard, but...
And, of course, with football these days, there's no question if it's a head injury, he will go under some pretty stringent observation over there on the sideline. And you wonder if we'll see Diatri Brewer again tonight, but we certainly wish him the best. So to reset things, it's 2nd and 10 for Central. The Grizzlies leading Liberty 24-0, midway point of the third quarter. And they have a 2nd and 10 from their own 40. That looked like
early movement on the
left
side.
Early movement on the line. It wasn't called. The pass is complete short left. And a run after the catch up to about the 48-yard line.
Tompkins pass complete to Kevion Shrub.
And that was Shrub. I think the referees missed a pretty obvious false start on that play. Looked like 2 or 3 Central linemen moved early.
Might have just been a delay in the snap.
And instead it'll be 3rd and 2, and Tompkins bowled over in the backfield. And you can see he looked like he maybe wanted to throw that thing again and thought better of it that time. Grant Bice and Josh Robertson were all over him, and a big loss of about 8 yards. So Liberty forces the punt.
And again, the Patriots defense been stepping up a lot. We're now midway through this third quarter. Again, giving the offense a chance here. Try to get something going.
The difference in this game was Central figured out Liberty's defense just for a couple of drives, and that's clearly been enough. Plus, they've made fewer mistakes, frankly. Punt over the head of Johnny Balderas, and he's going to have to let it bounce. So it will die at the 23, and Liberty will begin its second drive of the second half there. Actually, third drive of the second half. 5:13 to play third quarter, 24-0 Central. Score has been at that point for a while now.
Ball down at the Patriot 23-yard line.
And clearly a more competitive Liberty team in the second half, but it's not going to make any difference if they can't get something going on offense pretty quickly here.
Well, like we said, in the last possession, Faulkner looked better throwing the football. I think they can get something going here. Just got to get everybody kind of on the same page.
They have looked a lot more like the number one team in the section in the second half. They did not look like it in the first half. Central did. Short pass complete to Balderas, and finally he catches his first pass of the night, but he goes nowhere. A couple of yards, got to the 25, but that's it.
He really just needed one block there, but you can credit the speed of Central again, being able to beat the blockers, get in there and disrupt the play. What could have been a potentially big play only goes for about 2 yards.
So 2nd and 8 at the 25, and again, credit that Central defense, very speedy. Diagnosed the play and got there in a hurry. First catch of the night for Johnny Balderas, and it's a little inside screen that goes for 2 yards. 4:30 to play in the third quarter, 24-0 Central. Faulkner rolls to his right, and he's just going to toss this ball away. He was under pressure. He did have a man sort of in the area.
Good job getting rid of that ball that time. He didn't really have anything. Was able to get it incomplete, no grounding.
Marco Mattia was in the area, that's why no grounding. Buchanan leading Lemoore 56-22. Boy, the Bears come in here next week, and they've got an explosive offense. That'll be a game to watch between Liberty and Buchanan. And it's another opportunity for Liberty. You talk about seeding. You lose this game, but if you could rebound and beat Buchanan here next week, all of a sudden, depending on what happens between Buchanan and Central and Clovis in the track, you can insert yourself into that conversation.
Absolutely. Every week's a new opportunity.
5 wide receivers for Liberty here, Todd. 4:20 to play in the third quarter. It is 3rd and 8, and Faulkner is just going to bail out and run, and he is going to have the first down, and still running, makes one move and gets out of bounds up at midfield. Well-designed play for Liberty. The middle of the field completely vacated, and Faulkner showing some quick feet.
A clever call there by Coach Nixon. You've got a over-aggressive defense with Central. They brought several players up the field. Empty backfield, they're looking pass. Faulkner showed good mobility.
Something I'm surprised maybe we haven't seen earlier with how often Central has brought pressure. That was a gain of 25 yards there, right to the doorstep of midfield. And now a swing pass over here to the near side, and it is going to lose a couple of yards, fighting just to get back to the line of scrimmage is Cameron Meek, and he'll lose a yard.
Another thing I've seen, and that was Adrian Lopez with a nice tackle on that play, but one thing I've seen out of Central with their ability to pursue the football, they've been pretty good tackling tonight too. On some of these slip screens and other opportunities, they get not only to the football, but they get the ball carrier down. Yeah,
they've prevented any sort of extra yardage all night long. There's no doubt about that. 3:31 to play now, third quarter. 2nd down and 11 for Liberty. They trail 24-0. The snap bounces off of Faulkner's hands, and it bounces right to a Central defender. Again, and 65, we've called his name a lot tonight, Samuel Satili, makes the fumble recovery. And again, Todd, certainly not good for Liberty there. Also really unlucky that that ball bounced right to the one defender who was in the area.
It was just a miscommunication. I think Faulkner had clapped his hands. He was looking at his back. I don't think he was really expecting that snap right then and there. And an exchange mistake results in a turnover.
For each touchdown scored.
So with 3:22 to play in the third quarter, Central collects its second turnover of the second half, and they have a first down. On the run, Tompkins throws diving catch made at the 25 by Jacob Torres.
Number 11.
Athletic play on both ends.
You know, we saw Tompkins make an ill-advised throw earlier. This was an outstanding play. He got his shoulder square as he rolled to his left, bought time, made a nice throw. The receiver picked up the nice catch.
So now a first down at the 25, and it's Diatri Brewer. No, excuse me, that's Adrian Lopez. And we wondered about whether we would see Brewer after the injury, and it's not him. It's 4, not 5. Adrian Lopez getting the carry, and he picked up a first down, or almost, about 9 yards there on that
Lopez
play.
started wide and cut that ball right back inside.
Moving quickly now, Central, and it's Lopez again. That time a nice play made on a sweep, but I think he did get the yard he needed for the first down. Curtis Brown tripped him up.
Sam Stewart also there on the play, but all they needed was minimal yardage.
Needed 1 yard and got 1 yard, and so a first down at the 15 for Central. And here is Lopez again, a big hole. Inside the 10, down to the 7 before he's taken down.
Brought down by number 5.
And this has the feeling of the final nail for Liberty.
Lopez gives a different look. Brewer 6 foot, Lopez 5'8". He kind of hides behind that line.
Second down and 2. Handoff this time to 22, Mendoza, and he dives inside the 5 to the 3 for a first down. Mendoza ruined his ratio there, Todd. He had 2 carries and 2 touchdowns in the first half. He only gets to the 3 on this one.
They'll let him know about that afterwards.
Mendoza this time bottled up right at the line. He might have lost a yard there. So it'll be 3rd and goal for Central. It's already 24-0 Grizzlies. Curtis Brown not on the field, by the way. He's got a water bottle over by the training table. We talked about this. He's not – listen, the guy's in great shape. He's a great athlete. He's not used to playing every snap. He's just not. And Liberty's defense not the same without him. That ball squirted out of there. The snap was literally rolling. It rolled right to Mendoza. And again, you talk about where bad snaps bounce. And Mendoza able to pick it up and at least get back to the line of scrimmage and maybe another yard.
And Mendoza made like a shortstop, very aware, and was able to make something out of a potential disaster.
3rd and goal from the 2 now for Central. 1:04 and counting. Third quarter, 24-0 Grizzlies already. And it'll be a direct snap to Mendoza. He dives for the goal line, and it is a touchdown for Central. The 3rd of the night for Matthew Mendoza. And Central has hung a 30 spot on Liberty now. 30-0 Grizzlies over the Patriots with an extra point still to come here. The beat goes on.
And it's a quarter where Liberty looked very active. The effort has certainly been there, but not all elements of the execution. Looks like movement going to bring this 5 yards back on this PAT attempt.
That happened the last time to Central too, and Tiago Pime was able to make the kick anyway. We've got a whole quarter left to talk about it and kind of dissect this one from the Liberty perspective, but surely a disappointment for Brian Nixon and crew. On a more positive note for those of you listening and rooting for Liberty, here's Pime. His extra point is good. We're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we will give away the second Eureka's $25 gift certificate right after this on the BVarsity Live Game of the Week. We're back here on BVarsity Live. It's 31-0 Central. And we will give you our keyword here for the second Eureka's $25 gift certificate. Here is your keyword. You tweet it to us at BVarsity Live. First one to do it wins the $25 to Eureka's. Stiff arm is your keyword. Stiff arm. So if you can give me the keyword stiff arm at BVarsity Live, first person to do it you win the $25 Eureka's gift card. And we'll try to get a winner for you there in a minute. Your score with 52 seconds left in the third quarter, Central 31, Liberty 0. Here is the kick from Tiago Pime. He's been busy tonight. A field goal, 4 extra points, and a bunch of kickoffs as well. The lefty has kicked it short all night. He does so again here, taking away one of Liberty's weapons, taken at the 21 by Grant Bice. And Bice picking his way forward and nearly broke that one. He was dragged down by one of the last couple of guys who could have gotten him up at the 41.
Well, final minute here of the third quarter.
Grant Bice on the return.
It appears an insurmountable lead, but a lot for Liberty still to play for. They've got to continue to develop this offense, continue to improve the aspects of both their running game and passing game, and they've got a lot to still get themselves going. They've got a long season ahead of them, and positive momentum going into next week and beyond can start right now.
And from the 41, Liberty will begin this possession. And under center, I think for the first time all night, is Bryson Faulkner. And it's a bad snap, and Liberty's got to cover it. It's been that kind of a night. And I got to say, Todd, I've seen a little bit of pushing there on the far side. Both of these teams you like to see keep their cool in a situation like this. 30 seconds to go in the third quarter.
No reason to let any extracurricular dictate anything from here on out. Just got to play football. Keep your mouth shut. Just play the game.
Well, Mama Bear at Love Kickers, you are the winner. You beat our good friend Stan Green by 3 seconds on the Eureka's gift card. We still have the $100 Muscle Grub gift card to give away. I'm going to give that away early in the fourth quarter. If you remember the keyword from halftime, you pick that one up and the one I'll give you in the fourth quarter, you can get the $100 Muscle Grub gift card.
Like Central's going to burn a timeout with 4 seconds left.
Central calls timeout. As you said, 4 seconds to go here. It'll be 2nd down and 12 for Liberty. We will get those winners to you, or those gift cards to the winners, I should say. The two $25 Eureka's gift cards. The Muscle Grub one a little bit harder. You got to have both keywords to win it. We didn't get any at halftime. We'll see. I'll give you the second keyword again here in the fourth quarter and see if anybody can cash in both. You mentioned it, Todd. Liberty, just at this point, you just want to work out some kinks. Okay, you guys got us this week. What can we do to figure out to make sure that we can compete with Buchanan next week and then moving forward into SWYL play?
You know, I don't like to preach moral victories, and I'm sure Coach Nixon wouldn't, but you've got to have something happen here that's going to give you something positive to feel about coming out of this game, something you were able to accomplish, and a lot of learning.
Another bad snap, and this time Central might have gotten it.
Looks like the adjustment of going under center has been more of an issue than it ever was in the shotgun.
Yep, and again, Curtis Brown, the center this week, because of the concussion. And on the last play of the third quarter, Central recovers another fumble, the third for Liberty tonight. And with a 31-0 lead, Central has the ball back. We'll have the fourth quarter right after this on BVarsity Live. Back to Liberty, 31-0 Central, the lead and the ball here. And it is a sweep play for Bigelow.
Number 21, Javon
And
Bigelow.
he's got a nice gain around the left end.
Forced out of bounds by number 7.
All Central all the time tonight. They've cashed in on 4 Liberty turnovers now. That was a gain of about 8 yards.
Almost like a forward push pass shovel.
2nd down and 2 at the 30. And now a handoff. Stopped at the line of scrimmage is the ball carrier. I think that's Adrian Lopez.
4, Adrian Lopez.
It is, and he got nothing, so it'll be 3rd down. Well, the Muscle Grub gift card giveaway, we gave you one keyword at halftime. Here's your other keyword. We gave it to you in the pregame. I'll give it to you again. It's play action. So play action is your keyword now. I need that one and the keyword I gave you at halftime for that $100 Muscle Grub gift card. Nice penetration by the Liberty defense there on 3rd and short. And Lopez, again, the ball carrier, he did not get it. And actually, I think that might be Mendoza carrying the ball.
Matt Mendoza.
It was Mendoza, and he needed 2 yards. He only got 1. So it'll be 4th and a yard for Central.
Good penetration on that play by Grant Bice coming in to finish off the ball carrier, as well as Curtis Brown.
Liberty lining up to go, or Central lining up to go for it here on 4th and 1. They nearly got Liberty to jump. I think they did. A hard count. Liberty jumps, and a free first down for Central. When it rains, it pours. All right, we have a winner for the $100 gift card Muscle Grub, Jared Sheridan, friend of BVarsity. Congratulations, Jared. Pump fake and play action were your 2 keywords, and you win the $100 gift card to Muscle Grub. And we'll send those gift cards out. We'll be in touch with you later tonight and send them out to you next week. So congratulations to our winners, Eurykio's gift cards and Muscle Grub.
False start.
Now a false start against Central. Now they're saying that was before the offside call against Liberty. Central getting the penalty first, so instead of a free first down, it's a 5-yard penalty on Central, and it's 4th and 6. Interesting.
Well, something clearly drew him off.
Referees calling take back on their call there. Fans, if home buying is over your head, getting pre-approved for a home loan helps you understand the home buying process and your financial limits before you start looking for your dream home. Come into the Kern Schools Federal Credit Union and get pre-approved today. 4th down, and a timeout taken here by Central.
Timeout.
That's their second timeout. It's 4th, and they got to decide what to do. 10:24 to play here in this one. 31-0 Central. Get you a couple scores after 3 quarters. It's Highland 28, Kennedy 12. How about a good one up in Oildale? North 17, Wasco 14. There is 5:55 left still there.
Well, they're in a battle, that's for sure.
Fans, get pre-approved before purchasing your vehicle. Step 1 in auto buying isn't looking at which vehicle to purchase, it's finding out which vehicle you can purchase. Whether you're in the market for a new or used automobile, motorcycle, or RV, Kern Schools offers low rates and flexible terms. Don't wait any longer. Cover Step 1 and get your pre-approval today. Kern Schools Federal Credit Union voted the best financial institution in Kern County 22 years in a row. Visit www.ksfcu.org for more information. Central will go. It's an inside screen, and it is blown up by Liberty. Curtis Brown all over it, as along with Zach Griffin.
By 25.
Zach Griffin was there first, I think, actually.
And Liberty takes over.
Yeah, Griffin did a good job of snuffing that one out.
37.
And so Central turns it over on downs, and Liberty will take over with 10:16 to play. 31-0. Central leading Liberty.
Now, despite the deficit they're facing, the Patriots are still flying around, still playing football for Coach Nixon and their guys.
Well, they played very good defense in this half. There's no doubt about it. The offense still hasn't been there, but the defense much improved.
Now in at quarterback for Liberty, number 17.
New quarterback
Justin
for Liberty,
Bustos.
and it's Justin Bustos. Isaiah Hill, their backup quarterback in name, played a little bit in the opener against Clovis West, but they go to Bustos here in a 31-0 game, and a flag is down. Delay of game against Liberty.
5-yard penalty.
They took too long to get out there after the change of possession. So 1st and 15 now for Liberty. You talk about moral victories, maybe just get on the scoreboard if you're Liberty. That would be one way to feel a little bit better about the way things have gone for a team that is certainly not used to getting beat up like this.
Yeah, in order to make that happen, they've got to start executing and winning each play one at a time. Pretty nice inside run that time. Looked like it was Bice on the carry.
Picked up about 3 yards. Actually, excuse me, the penalty yardage plus 3, so 8 yards there for Bice. And
3-yard gain on the play.
it will be 2nd down and 7. Up at the 40-yard line.
And sometimes when a new quarterback comes into the game for the first time, just getting a good, clean handoff and getting some positive yards is a step in the right direction.
Definitely one way to start things. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, and a little screen setup. And Liberty, you talked about this at halftime, how they might have this play. They finally execute it.
We'll see what this
There's a flag
about.
down.
But it had good design.
Yeah, Bustos Tamika picked up 15 on 2nd and 7 up to the Central 45. It's going to be a holding call against Liberty, though, and it's coming back.
Replay 2nd down.
So it'll stay 2nd down. Central's had some big penalties tonight, too, but when you can't get anything else going, the penalties just seem to hurt more. First final score I have seen tonight, Morro Bay 33, Kern Valley 19. And that penalty will be enforced at the 32, way in the backfield. So it's going to go all the way back to the 22. That turns into an 18-yard penalty, and it's going to be 2nd and 25.
Man, as a coach, you always hate when there's a holding that occurs well behind the play.
Yeah, that's a tough one. 4 wide for Liberty with their backup quarterback in the game. They hand it off to Cameron Meek.
Tackled by number 88,
and Meek
Brandon
gets
Ballard.
a couple, but it'll be 3rd and very long.
Down.
Score after 3 quarters, Stockdale 14, Atascadero 7.
2.
That would be a big win for Stockdale. It's been tough going for some of the Kern County teams against those Central Coast foes over there. Arroyo Grande with a nice win against Garces last week, and Paso Robles over Frontier.
At last check, Arroyo Grande beating up on Independence, who we saw in the BVarsity game of the week last week. So a very good Arroyo Grande team, and Paso Robles, as you mentioned, beating Frontier. But Stockdale beating Atascadero. That pass bounces over the middle. It's incomplete. It was another one of those passes that bounced every which way. The first guy to hit it was a defender, Jacob Hollins. Then I think Balderas got a hand on it. And then
Pass was intended for
somebody got laid out.
Be interesting to see what the penalty goes for on this, if there was some contact before the play, because that ball was tipped.
Bishop Gorman scored, by the way, on St. John Bosco, if you're following that game. Bishop Gorman 21-20. Now the penalty is defensive holding. And so that will get some yardage back for Liberty. It'll still be 3rd and long. Final score, Garces 42, Tehachapi 7.
And 14 yards to go.
And Bullard has pulled within 21-14 of Clovis and has the ball in the red zone. So Bullard looking to come back on the Cougars. 8:31 to play here. It's 31-0 Central. And it's 3rd and about 15. Bustos nearly intercepted by Hollins. He dropped it, and I think he might have jammed a finger or something, too. It's incomplete.
Broken up by number 13.
Jacob Hollins that time had thoughts on a pick 6. The ball just came out of his hands. Looked like he was trying to, Bustos was trying to target Aaron Priest that time, wide receiver for Liberty.
I think Hollins might have jammed his finger on
Michael
that ball.
Wagner back to punt for Liberty.
You see that in pickup basketball sometimes. The guy goes for a rebound, doesn't come up with it, and all of a sudden he's holding his fingers. That's what that looked like. Here's the kick, the punt. It will be taken to the 34. A rare punt return tonight, and scooting past a couple of defenders before he's dragged down near midfield is Kevion Shrub.
Shrub able to make about 15 yards out of nothing. He was surrounded. Very elusive, though.
8:12 to play. Central taking over near midfield. And we're just playing out the string now. 31-0 Grizzlies over the Patriots. Centennial still leading Golden Valley 28-10 late in the 3rd there. Wide open receiver, it's Torres. He keeps his feet, he's in the end zone. Touchdown Central.
Number 11, Jacob Torres.
And
Grizzlies touchdown.
Tompkins, with a beautiful throw, stepped into it,
51-yard
hit Torres in stride, and it's a 50-yard touchdown. And looks like Brian Nixon is out in front of the number. He's inside the numbers screaming at the Central sideline, having problems with Central possibly running up the score. And in fact, we have Liberty coaches outside the press box up here yelling at the Central coaching staff, upset that they threw deep in a 31-0 game. It's now 38-0, and we're gonna have a running clock at this point. So let's take a quick break here on BVarsity Live. Your score now: Liberty 38, Central 0. Central 38, Liberty 0. We're back at Liberty. I'm sorry, I said the score the wrong way there before the break. It is Central 38, Liberty 0. Liberty coach is upset at Grizzlies coaches up here and down on the field. over, why throw deep when you're up 31 points, guys? But at the same time, Todd, from the other side, stop it, and that doesn't happen.
Central's mentality is to simply remain aggressive. I think Liberty feels that they've put in some of their backups, their backup quarterback and some other players. That's a sign that they're trying to get other people into the game and maybe an indication that they're ready to call off the dogs.
And I will say, to that end, we've seen some, just a little bit of chippiness, pushing and shoving and stuff, and that's not going to help that situation if you're Central. It does get us into a running clock situation, so this should be a fairly quick final 8:01 unless Liberty gets it back within 35 points. Although at this point they are not running the clock, as I think they should be. So 35 points in the fourth quarter. The clock only stops for timeouts and for touchdowns, for scoring plays. They're not running it right now.
Fans of Liberty High School Patriots football program is supporting Max Prep, sponsored Touchdowns for Cancer. For the next two games against Buchanan
and Liberty's offense slow to get out on the field here. And again, the message to both teams has to be right now, keep it classy. Now they are running the clock as we get going. They run the clock under 8 minutes.
Turn to page 16 of your program for pledge information.
Handoff here. Central bowling over the ball carrier as he gets across the 20.
Handoff to number 29, Max Shores.
That was a new ball carrier, number 29, the junior Max Shores, and he picks up a yard on the play.
Chance for some guys here at Liberty to get taste the game action, get involved a little bit, try some different things. Certainly they'd love to get some points on the board, Zach, but there's also a part of them I think that wants to get to that locker room and get this thing over with.
And again, Liberty does have backups inside of 7 minutes to go, running clock. And so it's been all Central tonight, 38-0. Imagine a running clock for the defending section champions and the number one team in the section, according to, well, media outlets in this area and from the Fresno area. Both sort of unanimously had Liberty, but not going to be the case anymore. A nice play by Shores there as he ran over right tackle and picked up 10 yards on that one. Longest run of the night.
At the same time, Central's also put some reserve defenders into this game, getting their guys some playing time as they should.
Bullard has tied Clovis. It's 21-21. Maybe Buchanan will be the new number one team. They're the only team that has defeated Bullard. Bustos will keep it after a high snap and gets back to the line of scrimmage and not much more. Is home buying over your head? Getting pre-approved for a home loan helps you understand the home buying process and your financial limits before you start looking for your dream home. Come into Kern Schools Federal Credit Union and get pre-approved today.
Second down and 10.
Second and 10 for Liberty. 38-0 Central. All over but the shouting now, and there has been some shouting. Central has backups in, as does Liberty now, but the Grizzlies did tack on the one extra touchdown before they put those backups in. And that's what had Liberty coaches upset. Bustos pump fakes. Now he's running to his left, and he's under duress, and he will go down just behind the line of scrimmage.
Third down.
Lost a yard on that play.
Number 41, Justin Henry making this stop.
And it is 3rd and 11. Ridgeview 34, Frontier 7.
Looking more like the Wolfpack we expect.
Update from Sam Lynn Ballpark. Bakersfield 4, San Jose 3. They're in the bottom of the 7th inning. The Blaze, a slim one-run lead, 6 outs away from extending its season again. A good one over there at Sam Lynn. In the shotgun, Bustos will hand off to the ball carrier. And
Daniel Garcia.
That is Daniel Garcia getting the carry, and he's close to a first down. See if they give it to him. I think he might just be a yard short. It's Daniel Garcia's first carry tonight. No, they did give it to him. 11 yards on 3rd and 11. And as you mentioned, Todd, there are backup players in on both sides here. So
still a lot of opportunity for learning, for game exposure.
snap again, the handoff to Garcia. This time he's met at the line. Didn't get anything. Second down coming up. Running clock now inside of 4 minutes. 38-0 Central leading Liberty. This is the BVarsity game of the week. Next week, a couple of options for our game of the week. I believe we're going to be at South High School. Independence at South was also possibly back here at Liberty for Buchanan to come to an agreement on which game to do there. There's the Patriots not holding up their end of the bargain tonight in many ways against Central. It is 38-0 Grizzlies. For a Grizzlies team that started the year with a 24-3 loss to Bullard, this is an astounding turnaround. This time, keeping the ball is Bustos, the quarterback, and a nice burst on that read option. That's the best it's looked all night for Liberty, again, with kind of a number 2 offense against the number 2 defense. But he picked up 15 yards on the carry there.
Good job by Bustos, the defensive end that time for Central on the right side. He crashed way down on the dive. And Bustos read it perfectly, pulled the ball, ran it upfield, got a nice gain.
Again, clock running, and it will keep running. 2:50 and counting. Liberty's got a first down on the Central 44. Read option again, and this time Central stayed home and drilled Bustos. Justin Henry made the big hit, and Bustos went backwards, lost a couple of yards.
Of course, make no mistake, Central would love to finish off a shutout here.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. In fact, I would even say, and again, these are all differences of opinion, but running up the score on offense is one thing. I think keeping your starters in on D to preserve a shutout and have that pride is a different thing. Now, Central does not have starters in the game right now, at least not most of them. But I'm sure those starters are over on the sideline hoping that the backups can preserve the shutout with just 2 minutes left in a running clock. So Liberty really only a couple of snaps left here. It will be a handoff again to 29 Shores, and he is stretched out by the defense, picks up a couple to the 45, nothing more. And third down coming up.
Kind of on that note, a shutout makes as much, if not more of a statement than putting up a high point total.
No doubt about that.
Especially when you're doing it here on the road against the section's #1 ranked team.
3rd and 11 for Liberty, and it's going to take some time to go back and look. The last time Liberty was shut out. They did start last year 1-3, but I don't think any of those losses were shutouts. Ridgeview, I think, held them to just a touchdown, but you'd have to go back a long time to find a shutout loss for
probably
Liberty.
Before Nixon was here, I imagine.
Liberty lost big to Bakersfield during Bakersfield State Championship run, but they scored points in that game. I'm pretty confident in saying that. Bustos back to pass. He is going to throw deep, and it's incomplete. Bounces off the hands. A flag flies in. It'll be pass interference. But with 52 seconds and the clock running, after they enforce this penalty, I'm not even sure Liberty will have time for another snap.
Is incomplete. There is a penalty.
It is pass interference.
10-yard penalty, 15-yard penalty.
And that's a 15-yard penalty, and it'll push the ball to the 30. And the noteworthy thing here is this is the first time Liberty has gotten to the Central 30 all game. Forget a shutout. They haven't even gotten in the red zone.
Yeah, it's uncharted territory tonight for the Patriots.
And only 23 seconds left. Liberty does have timeouts left. They could stop the clock that way if they want to. It looks like they're going to snap the ball one more time. 15 seconds on the clock.
Having a
Some confusion
right now
on both sides. Somebody's got to call timeout, I think. No, they won't. 8 seconds now. Liberty will get one more snap. Bustos will pass. He will throw to the end zone as the clock expires, and it falls incomplete. And the Liberty Patriots not only go down, but they go down hard here tonight. Your final score on the BVarsity Live Game of the Week, Central 38 and Liberty nothing. Let's take a quick break. We'll come back to wrap things up right after this on BVarsity Live.